All right, here we go. This is Vo with a live trading session here. We're going to do a little bit of setup. It's been a long weekend, and every time you start off a new week, you have to kind of acclimate. Depending on what time you start your week, you could technically start your trading week on a Sunday evening if you're trading US futures. That starts at 3 p.m. on Sunday. That's technically the start of the Asian market. So there's activity that really kind of starts snowballing as the time zones change, with the heat of the markets kind of really firing up at the New York Open. So right now what we're doing is just kind of some very standard kind of acclimating to where price action is heading right now. And I had a few moments earlier as I was trying to set up the Zoom to kind of get some things going, and was able to take a couple of trades. I took heat on one of them, and the other one was pretty straightforward. But all in all, still alive. And right now, what I'm going to walk through are a few of the setup steps that I usually go through as I'm kind of getting acclimated with the price action. So as you can see here, what we've got is, and I'm going to kind of get a little bit technical. I'm not just going to sort of, get into a rabbit hole right away. This is kind of parachuting you right into where the advanced stuff is really being used in a live session here. So what I'm going to do is try to kind of fumble as little as possible to control these screens that I'm sharing in this recording, because I actually have two monitors going, and on this particular one, I'm going to be covering this particular chart, which is a candlestick chart on the ES futures on the 15-minute time frame. The ES futures are basically S&P 500 futures contracts, and I won't get into the technicalities of those because I'll lose my concentration, and I really need to right now focus on where price is going here and kind of get these charts set up. But this program is really something along the lines of like a community that is starting within the chamber. And so what we're going to do is just meet regularly online, and have some offline meetups to talk trading, and go through some trading sessions. My particular style is or method, you could say, style method. It's a combination of technical analysis, that's basically reading candlestick charts. There's a way of analyzing price action patterns by looking at the relationship between the highs, the lows, the opens, the closes of each candle. And so you can kind of string together a narrative and kind of tell where price is going. So based on these indicators, for example, I'm expecting price to probably flirt with another touchdown here. If there's softness in the market, it'll come down here, but that won't be too good. We've been kind of holding this line here, and what this actually is something that will take a bit of time to explain. And so you are kind of just drinking from the fire hose right now if you're not familiar with what's going on here, especially with these other lines. So I'm gonna try to chew gum and walk here. So we have another chart over here. This one. Okay. Price entry. It's a 30-second chart. We're gonna just kind of blow that up a little bit. Over here, I'm holding my, I think I'm going to take that right there. If it comes up here, I'm going to go in here and sell at
order submitted
20 contracts here.
Order filled.
Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to probably get out of this because there's quite a bit of thrust going on with that. So I'm gonna sell. Let me see. Ooh, let me see. Come on down, baby. Taking a little heat on this here.
Order submitted.
I'm gonna get out here just because my focus is totally off right now. And so
Order filled.
okay, got out of there. All right, so oh no, wait, what did I do here? I need to do this. Okay, we are going to close this out here. My concentration is off,
Order filled.
I by mistake doubled my position and fell into more profit. Okay, so this is not what we're trying to do here in a demo, and so clearly this is a bit tough right now. You know, when it comes to to the you know, demonstrating and showing what's going on as the market is kind of you know, flipping around and whatnot. So I'm gonna probably set that down for the day. So that was a huge mistake. I do that from time to time, and it's because I'm distracted. Okay, but $3,600, you know, for the day is a pretty good result, but that was sloppy. Okay, so that's an example of what not to do. So and I'm literally like holding my my mic. I'm using a webcam mic. I was kind of holding it up a little bit close to my mouth, so I'm just going to leave it alone. And I need my other hand. Okay, this is literally the first recorded session, and clearly this market is ruthless on the 30-second time frame. Okay, as we start to kind of look at a broader time frame. Okay, this is the 15-minute, so you know, you can see it, things are kind of moving a little bit, you know, smoothly, right? But you're looking at basically much more data inside of a single candle, and so you can kind of relax here. You can go for the larger, you know, trend. And you know, here, as I was mentioning earlier, that there's some pressure to kind of come down here and retest this level, but we've tested the heck out of it, and so I really do think that basically having gotten in here, which I think I did around there, but it was like a really tiny move. You know, this is like, as I was barely firing up the charts, I saw, ooh, like, you know, I can take that quick trade, just like the one I just now took, except they were a little bit cleaner. But I was also a little bit distracted setting up the Zoom and whatnot. But you know, this is kind of a typical Monday. You know, if you start your week off kind of late, you know, you're gonna need some time to acclimate, and the worst thing that you can do is sort of, you know, jump right in and try to you know, trade for the sake of trading. All right, there's let me see here. I started talking about this other chart right here. So this here is called a GAN box. This grid here, the crisscrossy grid, and then these right here are Fibonacci levels. So there's a really neat way to set this up here that kind of gives you some you know, framework to go by, because you're really trying to kind of assess where the market could go. And see, like here we went down here, and think of it kind of like almost like trampoline, you know, or like jumping on the bed. You know, sometimes, you know, you have to watch out for the ceilings, right? And so I think in some cases can get, you know, lucky and sort of like bounce around in between. You know, other times, you know, you might go through the sheetrock, you know, and off you go. So here looks like we're, let me see here. Ooh, according to this, it looks like we could bounce off here, and I apologize that you know, the okay, so we got like 40, 30. Okay, yeah, where is that here? 44, 30, 25. Okay, so that was a really good trade right there, you know, and it really takes, I mean, because you can technically, you know, see how you could probably, you know, bounce off there. So right now, uh, the 30-second, where is that bouncing off of here? I use a keypad to enter the trades. It's from Cooler Master, so that was a really good time to sell. See, boop, there it goes. There went my trade. So what was happening up here was it was kind of like bouncing off, like off the ceiling, you know. So let me kind of show you again here. Let me see here. So it hit that up there, and what did it do? It started like it took a sharp ride down. And so what I think it's trying to do is that after this swing low, what it's going to do is it's going to kind of fake out a lot of traders, but then it's going to go up. And so what we want to do is we want to be ready for that. See, now we've already gotten our confirmations, and I think that if we look at where the day is, it's been going down for a while, and I do think that on a daily candle, we've retraced quite a bit here and are probably due for a nice spring up. I don't think that we're gonna keep going down based on this right here, and having seen this buying pressure here. But I wouldn't doubt it if we kind of come back down at least down to this level. That's basically how brutal the market's been. So even though we might be going up, there's a bit of institutional pressure to kind of, you know, using metaphors so as to not get too technical, but there are patterns that are in essence designed to help market makers maximize the move. And so what they're playing both sides. Okay, so they've got a bit of liquidity that they harvest on the uptrend and on the downtrend, and because of the sizes of their positions, they can move the market in their direction. Basically, it's almost like retail traders are the monkeys in the middle. You ever play that game? Or pickle? I think a lot of people know it by pickle. So pickle is like when you, or monkey in the middle is where you have, you know, someone in the middle, you know, trying to get the ball, and you've got two bigger kids, or just, you know, two people at the opposite ends, basically, you know, throwing the ball back and forth between each other. And so that's kind of the institutional and retail trader game, you know, to kind of put it very like overly simplified. Right now, what we're going to try to do is chew gum and walking at the same time and try to get in another trade here. I have a kind of like a buying bias here, and what I really want to do is kind of focus on how to get in on this little bounce, because I think we're going to go through this here, but I need to find an entry point down here towards the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is maybe go back over here to this chart. I don't have any, this is a 15-minute chart right here. I don't have any interesting GAN lines here at this level. And a lot of my smaller time frame charts aren't yet set up for this level of technical analysis. Right now, all I've got to go by are some of the, I've got this one here, which is pretty good. But then I've got my 30-second. I think what we're gonna do here. Oh, yeah, it's trying to go down here. Let's go ahead and
Order
buy.
submitted.
Oh, yeah, that should have been my order right there. Okay. that could swing down low really hard and like be, but ooh, it wants to, I think it could like punch down really hard and then take some heat before it goes up.
Order
Oh,
filled.
I was going to pull that down. Okay, so let me. Okay, so I'm like getting ready to sell out of this position here. So I'm getting an algo signal here that, oh, there it goes. Okay,
Order submitted.
let me get out of this.
Order submitted.
Ah.
Order canceled.
Come on.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, got out of there. Slops. So, and then it keeps going up. All right, so that's 4,800 there for the day. This is probably going to be good. I really do need to get myself organized if I'm going to not demonstrate the worst possible mistakes possible here. This is an initiative that is being started within the chamber to help folks get acclimated to how this whole, market works. And oh boy, look at this, like the choppiness, I mean, just the market right now is very brutal. And if you don't have these types of indicator systems and the setups, and you noticed earlier I showed you that there wasn't an algo here that was displaying, it was in red. It was showing that there was some selling pressure. And so I generally kind of go moment by moment on this. And oh my God, yeah, so here it goes back up and boom, it's taken off. Yeah, so earlier I suspected that there could be some some buying pressure, and that this would be going up. I think I was looking at this also and was pretty sure that this would eventually get penetrated, and we're sort of puncturing this level here, just kind of threatening to go to the upside. Earlier you saw how we could have like bounced right off of that and taken that swing down. Okay, so there's a lot of volume, a lot of trading going on within such a tiny little window. And so you don't need a whole lot of movement up and down in order to come out profitably. But this market can whip hard. Okay, you can suddenly have a massive institutional order drop, and it'll just punch through everything that is in the way. And you have to be really careful. And so this was like a very kind of cursory, intro into what I'm trying to do here with the trading club. I can't call it anything other than something like for educational purposes and things like that, because it's a highly regulated field. I'm technically not allowed to like trade anyone's money. I'm not allowed to give advice. That there's I'm showing you what I do. What I do could potentially lose you a lot of money. There's clearly some examples there that I showed you a moment ago where it got so sloppy that it kind of like surprised me. But as I'm trying to chew gum and walk at the same time, and so out of this you're going to realize profit of like $4,800 there, just kind of going into the demo. And so what we want to do is cultivate a community of folks that are really going to focus on the opportunity behind what's going on. See, here we've got this very interesting moving average, these two moving averages. Oh, and there we go. We just like punctured it, and it's going to go up and up and up and up. So well, it'll whip around, but yeah, that's suspicious. And that right there is a stop trade, institutional movement. And so here's where you basically want to jump in and get your long position here. I think I might just do that here. Ooh.
Order filled.
Okay. So I'm in. I'm probably going to take a little bit of heat and maybe even lose all the the profits from earlier. But that was a stop run, and that's institutional money. So I'm going to get out
Order
here so
submitted.
as to not discourage anybody here.
Order filled.
So, you know, because it can, you know, losses. So where are we at here? Like 5,400. Okay. Should we call it a day there? So yeah, this is the Traders Club here. Oh my, that was a beautiful reversal candle. You know, it takes so much. It takes so many guts to hang in there in these positions and taking some heat and everything. And it's just that the last thing I wanted to do is to like show you what a loss looks like, you know, on kind of like an introductory demo, but they are real. They do happen. They will happen. You have to know how to work with them. That there are ways to minimize your losses. I'm kind of like you know, tightrope walking here without a safety net here in the interest of kind of getting this thing going. I've been wanting to do these recordings for some time to just kind of, you know, push this out of the gate. And so, you know, on a Monday, I had a little bit of time to sort of just jump in there and, you know, just start getting things set up. You know, like I literally don't have any experience with a Zoom where I'm using, you know, two screens and or two monitors with like a bunch of like windows open beneath and having to, you know, toggle between all the you know, windows while there's a market maker out there trying to kill me. So there's like literally a you know, a bit of pressure going on, but this is beautiful. You know, the just it trading is something that you have to figure out in your own way, and all you can really do is kind of watch what there is, and there are different things to trade, different ways to trade, different times to trade. When you bring things together in your own way, there's you know, magic, you know, because you can literally have your system. Oh my God, see, this is what I'm talking about. If you were shaky here and you thought this market was going to go down, and then you get basically taken in the opposite direction by this institutional candle like that. Look at this. So this is what we were talking about earlier about that bias of the market going up, but you know, there it goes. See, and so we're gonna hit this right here. So for sure, you know, we'll go up here. So anyway, how much money can you make in a day? I don't know. You know, there is such a thing as over trading. See that level right there, and this is what I'm talking about here. Like if we hit that level,
Order submitted.
now what that level is something that it will take a little bit of time to explain, because this is actually my own indicator that I created based these horizontal lines right here. It's my own indicator that I created from a variety of calculations. Okay, and there goes, oh gosh. So is it gonna go up? I think it's gonna, yeah, I think it's trying to
Order filled.
okay, so see, you're gonna take a little bit of heat there, just punctured there. So I think I'm gonna probably get out. Let me just
Order
get out.
submitted. Order filled.
Okay, got out of there. So where are we at now? 6,100 for the day. All right. And that's basically it. I mean, there's not much more to it. We have to be adults about this, and look at this here. Like if I would have just stayed in that trade and you wrote it all the way down here, it's just insane. I have to, and this is basically the power of that indicator there, and like why I placed my trade there is packed with reasons. So some stuff that would just, I could do an entire I can do an entire video on what these levels are, you know, what they mean. You don't see this method anywhere. I challenge you to find these same techniques anywhere, the sloppy techniques. Yeah. So there it is, folks. I'm going to make this video a little bit shorter. I don't know what I'm going to make the next one. Okay, if you do want to join me on a live trading session, I am allowing members to come in and shadow me. I do have a Discord forum room that I can allow you into, and I just simply turn that on, and it basically just records or it doesn't record my screens. It streams my screens. Okay. And so this is really neat here, the way it just kind of like hit that little point right there where I did my last order, and then just kind of kept going down. And so you know, in the interest of like not freaking anyone out if it kind of like went against me, and it took some of my profits for the day, I kind of got out of there. And you know, a lot of the time, I mean, you don't need to get everything 100% right. Like, you don't need to basically go in perfectly like I did and then get out perfectly the way, you know, this reversal happened. You know, it's very, you know, challenging to do that kind of thing. In fact, like the smarter move would have been to have basically jumped in there, but then got out here as it touched that moving average, and that would have been the perfect trade. But you really have to be kind of zenned out. You can't be like sort of, you know, distracted, you know, first thing on a Monday morning, you know, juggling a bunch of balls and just kind of nervous in general, you know, that you're gonna make a fool out of yourself, you know, in public, you know. So this is kind of what we're trying to do here, is create a safe environment where people can learn. And you know, if it can make you money, you know, if you can make you money, you know, based on, you know, whatever technique, whatever, this all kind of boils down to what kind of personality style you have, whether you have the patience to learn, whether you're going to go into it you know, for the long haul and really, like, you know, crack this. Because yeah, this is beautiful there. I would love to explain to you guys what all of this is here. I used one of these inbox wave indicators here to show you this reversal. Okay, there was actually there was a, I forget where I was, somewhere over here, where I pointed out that there was an algo suggesting that there was selling pressure. So what we're trying to do is pay attention to a whole bunch of signals, and what all of these histograms are down here at the bottom is also something that's, you know, worth an explanation, so you can kind of see where you know, decisions are being made based on the data here. So here, for example, we're showing the difference between the buying and selling, and how things are kind of a little bit compressed here. And but there is more buying. The pace of the buying is actually kind of low right here, and so there's yeah, there was some institutional movement going on over here and here. So these whips up and the whips down, you know, that's all institutional movement. And so if we go back over here, let's see what our yeah, these levels here, geez, where it's going to go from here, I don't know. I have to, you know, break these charts down into some smaller time frames so I can kind of take a look at more things. Kind of giving you a little peek here. This is sort of a messy. Okay, this is a 1 minute, a 2 minute. I'm looking for something that looks kind of like an interesting swing. Okay, so that looks pretty interesting here. On the 4 minute, we have these levels here that are being hit right here. So there's confluence there where we are looking at generally like a downtrend when we look at these lower time frames. We notice how you've got these moving averages and price is below these moving averages. So that's confirming downtrends. If we look at, let me see, give me something on the higher time frame here. Okay, so we did cross over on the daily. We punched through that that moving average. That wasn't good. So we were like penetrating, kind of like had like a little bit of up movement, a little bit of indecision. These are daily candles, by the way. So finally it was like, nope, you know, but instead of getting a confirmation, I mean, there were probably some bounces off of this. I mean, that would have been a good place to catch some moves right off of this, but it's also a great place to kind of fake out a bunch of traders. And so if every trader had the same genius idea, there was certainly a market maker with an institutional order basically pushing it in the opposite direction. And so a bunch of people probably got killed here. But now let me kind of pull this out here. These are charts that I made like a gazillion days ago here. This is a time cycle right here that we're looking at here. These are Fibonacci retracements that are based off of this angle here. They're basically anchored here at the 0 point. So they just kind of extend there's like a frequency that this pattern is moving in. And these geometric guidelines are essentially ways to help you put some structure around the frequency of the wave. So there's time, price, and a vibration that it's all working within. Okay, so you have to understand the confluence between all those. And once you have your geometry right, notice how you can literally predict where it's gonna find some very major resistance. And then just imagine like if you had placed your trade like right there, as soon as it touched, there's a lot of profit basically to be had by understanding. And likewise, this angle here, notice how you've got basically breaches of this level, and then everything just kind of collapses for a while. Here it looks like it's trying to recover it, but once you breach this, it's very challenging to get back above this, but or at least to stay above it. And so what happened here was that this down pattern here, confirmed down pattern and breach of major support eventually basically confirmed the swing low, and it brought us all the way down here. And where did it bring us down to? Down to this level. Okay, so this chart here was these indicators were laid when we had that swing low. So as soon as we had that swing low, I was able to draw that in. Okay, so right now what I'm looking for is something along the lines of, ooh, what is this here? This is another daily. It's just kind of these indicators are anchored from different positions, but that's a daily. And what I showed you just a second ago was a daily, but this one's kind of choked up a little bit on let me see, it's anchored like way up here somewhere, I think. Let me see here. Yeah, that one's anchored like from up here, going down here. Let me see here. Where did it go? That one's anchored from up here down to here. It goes like that. Okay. Okay, this is an hourly. Okay, so what we just did was we breached this hourly. And so what's probably happening here is we're trying to confirm whether we're going to be going up or down. And so what's needed here, this is actually pretty interesting. Like I would I would probably take a trade coming back over here to this hourly level. Now, what this hourly level is, it's a division of eighths, and so what it's taking is the high low. Let me see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like taking the high low as of a certain period in time that was back. It goes a little bit further back. I think at some point, like this was the low or something like that, and so it kind of like got calculated. Somewhere, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, somewhere in here anyway. This creates a pattern that you can then extend upwards and downwards and give you some critical levels. Right now, I'm looking at another hourly chart here. Okay, what a mess. This is kind of a typical Monday where you sort of like get your charts in order. It can take a whole day. I've had a really busy weekend. Actually, my whole last week was pretty busy, which is why the process is in such a mess right now. But anyway, here's kind of what I was, okay, that's another 15 here. Let's break this down a little bit more. Okay, oh, that's interesting here. So let's get out of there. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of this choppy sideways action here, where this is the same market here on the 15. These are just older charts that I need to fix or junk. Yeah, but this is called consolidation. It could be some kind of it could be preparing to do a distribution downward, or it could be signifying that this is in accumulation as it springs back up. Okay, so kind of picking up a little bit of liquidity before it, before it goes up. But whatever it's going to do, it's going to try to do a little fake out. It's going to shoot up or shoot down and then go in the opposite direction, because that's the institutional game. It's kind of like, if you're the monkey in the middle, caught up in a game of pickle, they're going to try to fake you out, and then throw the ball. So it's illegal. Notice this little sideways action. This is the 5-minute here. And so, depending on where, so right now I could totally like catch that little spring right now. Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? Where am I? See, this is why it's so. Yeah. I'm trying to catch like a little lower movement.
Order filled.
Okay, so that punched hard. That punched hard. I think I want to get the hell out of this one here. Oh my God. I'm gonna hang into there a little bit and like realize what the heck I just did here. Okay, now we just got the reversal. Taking a little heat. Just kind of show you there what heat looks like there, like $1,000 there. Should we? Yeah, we'll probably just there's a little bit of whipping around here, and I'm a little bit distracted here by, let's come back to, okay, so yeah, we should see a nice bounce off of that right there. If we penetrate that and like lose the bottom, my trade is screwed. But I have faith that we're gonna go. We're gonna we're gonna see a little bounce, but it might not be immediate here. We're just gonna take a little bit of heat, get back into profit, and it's like $112 in the hole still. Yeah, it's kind of like it's almost like at break even, you know, from where I entered. So we're trying to hold that level here. Okay, so now it's going to go into like a little bit of distribution near that zone. Let me get back out over here. I'm gonna sell the second that
Order submitted.
that we hit that confirmation level, and maybe I'll get out a little bit sooner. I could have gotten out right there. Look at this. Yeah. Come on. What a mess. What a mess. Into the profit. Should we just get out?
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, got out of there. Okay, so looks like for the day we got 7,000 after commissions, 6,472. So that's it. You know, this is kind of the funniness of the market. You have to be really careful if you get into this. You know, you can and probably will lose money. I'll tell you some stories of how I got here, but I did promise to keep the video earlier. So sometimes you can't get off, and sometimes that's called over trading. When you sort of, you know, you can't get kicked out of the gambling casino. This is a little bit closer to counting cards than just, you know, straight up reckless gambling. So if you want to learn some techniques to help you, you know, read the market and understand what's happening, I encourage you to get connected with me and just kind of ride shadow for a while, watch what I'm doing, and connect with other traders that are looking to do the same, looking to improve. It's, you know, we're building community, we're creating new friends. We have some meetings for, we call them Cafecito y Crypto, where we're just getting together with a bunch of geeks to just shoot the breeze and talk crypto, tech, NFTs, you know, everything along the lines of altcoins and, you know, Bitcoin and all that, and, you know, blockchain in general, a lot of enterprise stuff. That it's not just all, you know, speculating, that there's actual, you know, you could call it like DeFi or decentralized finance type of talk. And so this is all kind of, you know, tying together with how markets move and how price action works. So I'm going to stop here. Thank you for joining this, you know, crazy session. I hope to kind of make them a little bit smoother, you know, going forward. And so I look forward to having you on here again soon. All right, take care. Bye.